What is up, YouTube? Jonny B here again today. We're going to be installing another mod. This isn't your typical mod, but I think it's something that's really important that everybody should do to their car, especially if you have a new car, if you have a really nice car, is to get a dash cam, as you guys have seen on the thumbnail. And it's super important because you never know what's gonna happen. If someone's gonna like purposely reverse into your car and then you'll be blamed for it. Like here in the state of Arizona, whoever hits, if you get hit in the back, obviously the person that hit in the back is the one that is responsible, not the person that got hit from the back. So if people can make it seem like you hit them, we've seen stories of this before, but you have a dash cam, they literally can't say anything, they can't prove anything, because you have actual proof with video. And then on top of that, the dash cams also have like a feature where when they're parked, they get bumped into, then they basically turn on and they start recording right away. So they could record like a license plate or something if they're trying to take off and not get caught, but your dash cam will get them. So definitely something I recommend to all my customers that have really nice cars. I mean, even if you have an older car, it's just nice to not know that you're not gonna get screwed over from someone trying to do a fake insurance claim. Also, the one I got has a camera on the rear end as well, so it's also nice for like if we're gonna be recording some videos, we can be recording some videos with the dash cams on track, and you can get footage from there, footage from behind the car as well. So it's pretty cool. I think it's just an overall cool mod that's also very, very helpful in the day-to-day life. So let me show you guys what I got. So I went ahead and picked up this BlackVue DR590X 2-channel. So the 2-channel means it has literally a front and a rear camera. And then on top of that, a lot of people recommend going with the PowerMagic Pro, so that with this we can go ahead and hire it to the directly connected to the battery, so that this kind of stores some energy, I guess, and it makes it so basically your battery won't die. And then I got a hardwired kit, so that way we don't have to put batteries in there. It's just going to be directly hardwired. It's just going to be working all the time. And yeah, so I think this is probably the best option. They recommend getting all 3 of these on Amazon, which is where I got them through. I'll put a link down below if you guys are interested in getting this as well. That'll take you straight to Amazon. It's an affiliate link, so it helps us out. And yeah, everybody recommended it. I only got the full HD one. I didn't go ahead and get the 4K one, but if you do want 4K, they do have it. It's just a lot more expensive, and I figured 1080p will be good enough for what I need. So I guess let's start installing this and see how difficult it is to install. So I'm here getting them out. Pretty cool. The rear one's like really small. Front one's obviously a lot bigger. It looks like they have just like a 3M tape. You can twist it into place to get the perfect angle, but it doesn't look like you can twist it this way, so you got to make sure you get this perfectly straight to wherever you're going to put it. So we got the little power box out, and then here's the hardwired kit. Looks like it just connects straight to the battery, and then we have like a ACC kit, so I could probably install it somewhere in here underneath. Normally the FRS had it here, had those connections that we can connect to, the wires that we can access that give us these powers. And then this has its own other wiring, but it looks like a cigarette lighter. I don't know what that's for. So we're gonna have to kind of like hook them up together. So basically, after taking everything apart, the PowerMagic Pro has these 3 wires that are going to hook up to a constant power, an ACC, which is a power that only turns on when the key is on, and then a ground. And from there, these other cables kind of go to what looks like a cigarette lighter. So it's like this, a cigarette lighter, and then the camera has a cigarette lighter, so you can theoretically just hook it up to a cigarette lighter and it would work. On the old gens, we had one inside there. I'm not sure if we have one in there, but I'll check right now. Where I used to have my dash cam, so it'd probably be easier to just kind of like hook it up in there. But I'm gonna use the PowerMagic Pro just so we don't use up an extra one that's in there. And then it just looks like this hooks up there. You have this wire that has like an audio phone jack. Hooks up from this one to this one, and I'm guessing that's how this one gets powered. And this hardwire kit already comes in the box, so I don't know why they were saying you could buy it separately. or they recommended it. Everybody buys it separately, but it's not needed, so I'm probably gonna return that one to Amazon. So the main thing, you really only need the dash cam. You don't really need to go with this Power Magic Pro. I'm guessing it's for other cars, so that you don't have to take up a cigarette lighter. Like if it's like in this area, it'd be kind of annoying to have a wire running through here. But on the FRS, it's not really that annoying, them being in the glove box. But if you don't have one on whatever car you're using, getting this Power Magic Pro is definitely the move. And I think I'm still gonna install it regardless, to make sure that, just because I already bought it, and they say this is for helping your battery not drain, so I'm okay with it. I'll test it out. So let's wire that up. We're gonna have to go under there, look to see where we can get these 3 connected. All right guys, so I'm under here checking to see what I'm gonna hook it up to. I don't want to splice into any cables. I want to keep this car as OEM as possible and as reversible as possible. So I didn't want to have to deal with cutting a cable, wrapping it, or using some sort of splicer or whatever. So I had these laying around. These are 2 amp little fuses. They replicate the ones that are on the fuse box, and I went ahead and tore off the little like inner piece so I would separate these. And I found 2 spots under here that there's no fuses that are supposed to be going to these areas, and one side would light up and the other side wouldn't. So I don't want to transfer power where there shouldn't be any power being transferred. So that's why I just kind of like broke the inner little piece of it and used that to wrap the cable around one side of the fuse, and then just kind of stick them in. So you see on this one here, which is the 3rd one, I hooked up the battery power. So this is a constant power that's always on. And on this red one right here, this one only turned on when I turned the key to the accessories mode. So that's what this one's supposed to be, accessories. And then we have a ground wire here. It's like a 10 mil. So I just took it out, stuck this 10 mil, has like little prongs in there, tighten it down. And we have power now to the little black box. Now I just gotta make this all pretty. So here in the back, it gives us the settings. So depending on what type of battery you want, where you want it to cut off, I set it up to the 12 volt. And then for here, I just set it up to 6 hours. So it's literally just these top 3. If you want it for 12 hours, I don't know exactly what this is, like how, like is this, I'm guessing this is to turn it off for 6 hours and then turn it back on. So you can set it up to where it doesn't turn on at all once your battery is, you know, below the 12 volt threshold. Because if it goes down any lower than that, then you're gonna have issue with turning on your car. So if you're daily driving it, that should never happen. You know, it'll stay on while you go into the store and whatnot. Then, you know, it'll have power that whole time. I think it's kind of cool. It looks like, this almost looks like an FRS. Pretty sure it is. It's like almost like they made it for an FRS or an 86. So I just have it set to that. I'll probably switch it depending on what I see is needed, but it's not too bad. So now I just gotta make this look pretty by hiding the wires, routing the wires through there somehow to get it back there. Or maybe I'll route it through here, I don't know. I haven't decided yet where would be best, because obviously it's gonna get placed here. It'll go in through the headliner, come down through this A-pillar, and somehow like go through here to the back, to the back camera. So let's set that up. So here we are with all the cables hidden. The cameras are installed. Very simple process. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder having to do the hardwire, but it was actually relatively easy. And if you guys are doing this to your GR, you know exactly where to hook up and how exactly I did it. it's just making it all look pretty, making all the cables hide away. It took a little bit of time, but it's not that difficult to do. And now that we hooked up to it, you gotta just check for the password that's on the actual dash cam. So you have to actually remove it from its wall mount, and you can get that password, write it down, and then once you get into the app, put the password in. You guys saw exactly how I did it with the screen recording, and that's it. We could see a lot more than I expected. For the rear being tinted at 5%, I expected it to be a little bit darker, but it actually wasn't that bad. As you can see, I had to adjust it a little bit just to make sure that, you know, we weren't getting like useless frame where it was getting part of the inside of the car, which we don't really care about. We want it to get as much as possible as of the outside. And you know, it's having that ducktail there, it's fine. It doesn't really block that much, but the front gets a ton. You can see all the cars that were in front of the car here inside the garage. Some of the other builds that were getting done, and one that was already done, you know, my brother's Fiesta. So it's installed. If you guys are interested in getting this for yourself as well, you know, like I said, link will be down below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you have a great day.